Hi folks, welcome to part 2 of the Transit, or the replacement sill on the Transit. Before we get into the video and sort of what we're doing today, as always, please subscribe, please like, please drop a comment. When you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're informed of all the videos as and when I put them up. Also, please check out my Teespring store, it's a merch store. We've got t-shirts, mugs, little face masks, all sorts of products in all sorts of colours. So please check that out. Also check out my friends in the description as well. You know, we've got a few different channels now that we all try and help each other out and sort of support each other and sort of genuinely have a laugh, to be fair. So let's get into the video. At the end of the last video you'd see that I cleaned all this up and we got it all ready. I've gone through, I've now sort of punched all of the holes in. You can see it's scratched off a little bit, sort of there. Yeah, I'm not happy about this primer, but it will do its job. I've got some different primer for the outside when I come to paint it. So, we've got all my clamps ready, we've got the welder ready. At the end of the last video, I said I didn't sort of weld it up last night because it was starting to get a bit cold and a little bit windy. I didn't want the gas blowing away. But it's actually windier and fucking colder than it was last night, so wish me luck. So I'm actually quite annoyed. I brought all my clamps out so I could sort of do the entire top all in one go, but because of this lip I can't get any of them in there without sort of twisting and buckling it. So I had to use my G clamps and I've only got 5. So as always, start in the middle and then you work your way out, because then that way you can tweak it. There's a little step there, but that's double skinned, so I can't odds that. I'm more concerned about sort of getting that line right rather than this line. You know, once the door's closed you're never ever going to see it. Same as this side, you know, it's pushing down, and yeah, I'll build that in, shape that up a little bit. So I'm going to start welding. I haven't got the GoPro with me today, so I can't actually sort of show welding. Or have I? No, I haven't. So yeah, I'll get all this welded up on the top, show you what I've done, and then we'll clamp it on the bottom. I'll be able to get all my clamps on the bottom. We'll go overkill on the bottom, just because I brought them all out. Alright, I've got all the top done. Between the galvanising, the etch primer, and the wind blowing my gas away, the welds are fucking shocking. But they're all penetrated. You can feel them on the back. So I'm happy that it's solid. It just looks horrible, but I've got to clean it up, and then obviously the rubber goes back along here. So I'm going to do the bottom. See all that clamps up. I should be able to get all my clamps on here, so I should be able to do it in a nice easy run. And then once I've got the bottom done, then I can do all the sides. Like I said, I'm just going to actually just seam weld it. Fuck's sake, frame Daniel. Yeah, I'm just going to seam weld it. That's my fault. I slipped through the grinder. That doesn't matter. Fucking well done. So yeah, I'm just going to once I've done the bottom and I know it's all in the right place, I'll just buzz it all in so it's nice and clean. I thought about making a little plate for this bit because it's supposed to curve around there, but that gap's actually quite small, so I might just buzz it in there. Like I said, the rubber goes over that and it's going to be plenty strong enough. It's actually going to be stronger than factory, like welding it here, because these were never welded here, it just had seam sealer either end. So yeah, I've got this little bit to do as well. But yeah, we're getting there. Right, so because I am a child and I couldn't use my clamps on the top, I got most of my clamps out on the bottom. I think there's only about 3 welds that I can't get to because of where the clamps overlap, but I should be able to get to most of them all in one go. Right, so we're actually now on day 3. I was supposed to do this in like 2 days, but yesterday the wind was so bad I just couldn't do anything. You know, I tried to weld it and it was just fucking pigeon splatting everywhere. And have a look at this. Fucking state of that, like the wind was just blowing my gas away. I mean, these ones here ain't too bad because, you know, it's all getting ground out and you know, because it's double skinned, I could really just whack the heat up and then not worry about it. So I know I've got decent penetration, but yeah, that's fucking disgusting. So I stopped and decided to come back today. You know, I spoke to him, he's alright about it. You know, he's managed to put some work back. So now I've got my little plate in, got it flush at the top. It wants a little bit of tweaking as I go, so this is why I didn't want to weld it yesterday, because I knew it needed tweaking, and this has got to be right. This is obviously, this is a door shut. You know, I can put a little skimmer filler in that. Well, once I've ground the welds back, I think it's solid enough, but you know, it's not the end of the world there. Here, I wanted it sort of fairly nice, you know, so we get that nice clean line in. So yeah, I'll get this tacked in, tweaked, and then I'll get that fully welded in. Well, there we go, the plate's all welded in, nice and solid. It's a little bit fucking shitty this side, but you know, it's all good. Yeah, the gap was a little bit wide there, it wasn't quite right, so you can see there's a couple of places where I ended up fucking burning holes, had to fill in, and also sort of buzzed that in as well. It was pointless making a whole little plate just for that tiny little pinhole, so I just buzzed it in and then waited until it sort of caught, and then it was alright. You can see here where I've welded the seams up, you know, because these were never welded in the first place, so you know, now I'll just grind that back and then that'll be flush. I might have to put another couple of bits of weld in there, but I'll grind it out and see how it looks. These I'm not too worried about, because like I said, these were never ever welded, and I know all the plug welds are spot on. So I'll get the grinder out and get all this cleaned up. Cleaned all the welds back, they're all quite nice, and you see I've already gone through and put some filler in. You know, I wasn't just going to keep stopping and starting. Yeah, that come out alright, so I just put some in there. As you can see, my filler spreading's not brilliant, so I've got some blocking down to do, but I'll put plenty in, so it should be alright. All of the bottom bit's going to get covered, because we're going to come up to here with some stone chip for him, and then sort of done that bit as well. So yeah, fun job now of blocking. I'm getting ready to prime the sill and get this painted, and I said to Michelle, mask the door up so then it can be opened and closed. She brings these out to cut the sheet. So I put the tape on the bottom of the door and all the way up the side of the door, so then the sheet can be taped to the tape, so then it can open and close. And Michelle's done this. Right, I'm painting up to here. All of this step, I said, make sure it doesn't touch the paintwork. Right, we sort of jumped ahead a little bit. Actually inside now, which is good. You see we've got everything blocked down, you know, the filler's blocked down, we've masked up. There was some rubbing up here, so I've feathered that back. And there was a tiny little bit of rust just showing here when we pulled the mud flap off. You know, I actually sprayed this sort of ages ago. I was quite impressed with this. It was gum finish outside. Hopefully I can do the same again. But yeah, where the mud flap sits, it was just rubbing there, and there's a little bit of surface rust coming through. So I've got my little spotting gun set up with some etch primer. I'm just going to go over all the bare metal with some etch primer, and then we're going to straight on top we're going to go with some high build primer, so then it can be nice and flat and save messing around too much. There we go. A couple of little bits that need addressing when we sort of sand it down. Right, don't know if, yeah, you can just about see the shadow there. I didn't feather the paint off properly, but we can address that. But you know, the shape's in nicely. Like I said, around here was always going to be a bit weird because that was an overlap, and then I sort of butt welded it. But then you've got the rubber that comes on here, so you'll never see it. And the sliding door comes to sort of like here anyway, so you know, you'll never notice that. Little dents come out quite nice. Yeah, got it all shaped in there. Yeah, fully primed underneath. So we'll let that flash off, and I'll get on with me the high build. The problem I'm going to have with the high build is I'm in the big barn, and all of these units here are everybody else's sort of storage units, and I know for a fact there's at least one car in there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I've got to keep the pressure really, really low, And that's why I'm using the little sort of spotting gun, because I can keep the pressure low, keep it controlled. It takes a little bit longer, but you know, we can control it, and hopefully it's not too much overspraying, fucking other people's shit up. Right, so the edge is all flashed off nicely. I'm all set up. My PCL fitting leaks, so you have to do that. So I'm going to try and give this a go, one-handed. It's so thick. It'll be alright. I'm going to give that a few more coats. As you can see, it's barely covered. I might try and turn the pressure off on the compressor, but I think we're quite high. Yeah. There we go. Lots and lots of filler primer where it's needed. I haven't worried about sort of going underneath or over there, because you know that's pretty good, and then I'm going to stone chip all under that. So I just wanted to give myself half a chance so it looks respectable when it's done. Alright, so I'm going to call it for this one, and I'll do a part 3 for it. You know, the reason I'm going to do that is because, you know, I've just got it in prime. I'm going to go home tonight, but I need to clean up the back side of the inner sill. You know, I've done all the inner sill before I put the sill on. I need to clean the back side of that up and then re-stone chip it, and I want to stone chip it all in one go. When I had a look underneath it earlier, I did actually notice there was another little bit of welding that needs doing to one of the jacking points, so I'm going to get that done as well for him. So I might as well just do another video and get it jacked up, get both the wheels off, get it all cleaned up, then we can stone chip it, and then we'll get it all painted and refitted for him. So yeah, like I said at the top of the video, please subscribe, please check out my Teespring, please go check out my mates in the description, and I'll see you for part 3. Catch you later.